Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Gangude, Assistant Professor of Zoology, KTHM College Nasik. Students, today we are going to discuss on the sum of the topic which is remaining on the topic mechanoreceptor, that is tympanal organs as well as static organs, and after that we'll continue with the chemoreceptors. Now here we can see first the auditory or tympanal organs. So what are the auditory or tympanal organs of insect? Now, such a tympanal organs are paired modified chordotonal organs of hearing in case of insect. Now, each organ consists of a thin cuticular membrane. After that, the tympanic membrane, or what we say is that the tympanum. So, such a then backed by a tracheal air sac and a group of chordotonal sensilla attached or closely like adjacent to the inner surface of the tympanum. Now these are what the these structures collectively form the auditory or tympanal organs. What the structures? A thin cuticular membrane or the tympanic membrane, or it is also called as a tympanum. Along with that, backed by a tracheal air sac and a group of chordotonal sensilla attached or closely lying adjacent to the inner surface of the tympanum. Now, the chordotonal organ is commonly composed of scolopodia ranging from 1 in plia in case of order Heteroptera, whereas near about 1500 in case of Cicadida. Now, such a tympanal organs are showing two types. The types such as integumental or found in Acridiidae, Cicadidae and Lepidoptera. Whereas the second type, that is subintegumental, which is found in Grylidae and Tettigomyidae. Now, here you can see the tympanal organs, they develop independently and therefore they differ in their location, such as according to their location they have or they are present in the insect body on different organs such as prothoracic leg. Such a tympanal organs, they are present at prothoracic legs in case of Grylidae or Tettigomyidae, whereas in case of mesothorax, such a tympanal organs, they are present in case of Coryza or Plia order Heteroptera, followed by the metathorax in case of Notonectidae order Hemiptera. Now, the abdominal first segment in case of Geometridae or again Acridiidae. Geometridae where the order Lepidoptera which constitute the moths, and Acridiidae which constitute the what we say that acridiids, they are the the insects. Okay. Now, particularly the grasshoppers. Now, the abdominal second segment where such a tympanal organs they are present in case of Cicadidae. Now, here you can see, whereas at the wing bases in case of the Satyridae order Lepidoptera. Again, it is I think it is a Satyridae. It is one of the family of order Lepidoptera. Now here the tympanal organs of Plia, Coryza, Nepa, they are rudimentary. Okay. Now here you can see, in all insects, auditory organs functions as the displacement receptors. Again, they are responding to the disturbances of much lower density or intensity. Now, they functions by perceiving the pressure pulses which develop from the sound source, or by perceiving displacement of air causing vibrations of the membrane. The sound waves impinging on the tympanum nerve cause it to vibrate. Now, the vibratory movements stimulate the chordotonal sensilla and the impulses are produced in the auditory nerve. Now, this is what the mechanism. Here the tympanum collects the energy of sound as it is the most delicate membrane and it cannot displace easily. Since the air-filled cavity behind it reduce the damping. Now, the air cushions improve the motility of tympanal membrane. Why? Because it is filled with where? Air. And here you can see the air cushions, they improve the motility of tympanal membrane. And they are modified by resonance of certain frequency bands and therefore improve the auditory sensitivity. Now here you can see the sounds are again discriminated by rhythmic variation in intensity which make up the modulation pattern and not by the vibration in pitch. Okay, so you just remember here the tympanum which collects the energy of sound as it is the most delicate membrane and cannot be displaced easily since air-filled cavities behind it reduce the damping. Now such air cushions which improves the motility of tympanal membrane and amplify the resonance of certain frequency bands and therefore it improves the auditory sensitivity. Okay, now here the auditory organ or the auditory range of tympanal organ which is mentioned here in case of insect. Here you can see these are the insect and here the frequency which is mentioned. So here you can see in case of acridids such a frequency is near about. In case of acridids, such a auditory frequency is 300 to 20,000 per second, whereas in case of grylids, it is ranging from 300 to 8,000, whereas in case of locusts, it is 600 to 45,000, whereas in case of catidids, it is 800 to 45,000, and in case of noctids, it is very much. It is ranging from 40,000 to 80,000 per second, and in case of cicadas, it is 100 to 15,000. Now here, when in man, the auditory frequency it is near about what 1,500 per second. Now the characteristic of sound hearing of the insect is that they are able to locate source of sound. Now here you can see, you can focus on this diagram. Here you can see this is the main trachea, or here you can see the inner trachea or the cavity or inner tympanic cavity. Here you can see these are the scolopodia. These are the cells or the scolopodia and these are the supporting bands. Here you can see this is the tympanum or the tympanic membrane or the auditory membrane. Okay. Now again here you can see these are the tympanal organ and here these are the intermediate organ. Here tympanal nerve is there and here subgenal nerve is there. So collectively this is formed what the organ, that is the tympanal organ in case of insect. Now here the time constant of the tympanal organ of insect is 2 milliseconds or even less in comparison to that of the human ear. So if we can compare the insect tympanum with the human ear, so it is near about 2 milliseconds or even less, so about 20 milliseconds. Now due to such a time constant, man cannot distinguish the sound following one another at the interval of less than 1/10 of the second. While insects are able to distinguish sound separately by intervals of even 1/100 1 divided by or 100 second. So here you can see or you can imagine how the insects, they shows a quick response to the sound as compared to the man. Now the insect tympanal organs are therefore 10 times more sensitive to recognize very rapid pulses of the sound as compared to the man. Okay, now so they are very sensitive. So they are 10 times more sensitive than the man. Okay, now this is what about the tympanic membrane, or this is the tympanal organ. Now next part of the mechanoreceptor is the static organ. So here the static organs are the proprioceptives or proprioceptive organs, maintaining the equilibrium of the body and in orienting the insect with respect to gravity. Now the larvae of aquatic insects, limnophilic, that is Passepenis, bears a pair of sacs in the last abdominal segment. Now here, in case of such a Flappypelvis, okay, you can see, or here you can see limnophilic, Passepenis, which bears a pair of such a static organ at the last abdominal segment. Now each sac is provided with a sensory hair and its blind end and granules or statoconia in the lumen. Now the sac is filled and emptied with water rhythmically by pumping action, which causes statoconia to fall upon the sensory hair. Now in other insect, okay, this is what about the insect near about the aquatic insect, because they living in the water, and that's why the mechanism is what here the sacs. Okay, in case of limnophilic Passepenis, which bears a pair of sac in the last abdominal segment, and each sac which is provided with sensory hairs at its blind end and granules or again statoconia in the lumen. Now such a sac, they get filled and emptied with water rhythmically by pumping action, which causes the statoconia to fall upon the sensory hair. Now this is what about the limnophilic insect. Now the next example in other insect, that is Phycoptera larva. The static organ is the vesicular statocyst containing movable statolith in the abdominal segment 10th and 11th. Okay, now the nymphs of Nepa contain specialized static organs in the form of hairy sensory apparatus along the ventral surface of the abdomen containing a film of air. Now in adults, the apparatus is confined closely to the spiracles of 3 abdominal segments. Now the structure of static organ in case of nymphal stage or in case of adult it get modified. Now in case of nymph, which contains specialized static organ in the form of hairy sensory apparatus along with the ventral surface of the abdomen, which containing a film of air. Whereas in case of adult, the apparatus is confined closely to the spiracles of the 3 abdominal segments. Now they functions as differentiated manometer and detect the hydrostatic pressure. Now in case of Nepa, okay, such a static organs, they acting as what? They are acting as a manometer and which detect the hydro pressure. Now in case of Belostomatidae, where particularly in Lithoceras, which bears a pair of static organs having the tactile hairs locked in abdominal spiracles. Again in case of Aplecocerius, the adult bugs contain a pair of oval depression on the sternum of second abdominal segment close to the spinal. Now, and here you can see such a type of static organs, they are present in various insects which maintains the equilibrium of the body. In case of, suppose we are taking up to this we are taking example of aquatic insect. Again, these are the terrestrial insect. Now suppose we are taking example of flying insect. Here such a static organs, they are located on the base of radius and subcostal veins of the wings, which maintain the equilibrium of insect during the flight. Suppose we are taking common example of order Diptera, where you know the basic that you know or you are familiar with the halter. Now here the halter which is the modification of the hind wing of the insect, and here the forewing which is useful for flying, and whereas the second pair of wing or the hind wing which get modified in the form of a reduced structure, that is the halter, or it is the static organ of insect which maintain the equilibrium of the body of insect during the time of flight. Okay. Now in case of ants, here such ants and bees, they have hair cushions on the neck, petiole and abdomen. In case of locust, the facial hair plates, they are present, or on that plate such a static organs, they are located. Now these are what the static organs of insects. Here you can see again the structure, and you are familiar with the structure of halter. Okay. Now let us discuss regarding the second type of receptor or second type of sense organ of insect, that is chemoreceptor. Now the chemoreceptors here are such a chemoreceptors are sensitive to the chemicals and are true primary sensory epithelial cells which are innervated by one or more bipolar neurons and are surrounded by specialized thin-walled circular structures like cuticular plates. Or either in the form of pegs, either in the form of pits, or simply the depressions. Okay. Now chemoreceptor, simply they the main function of chemoreceptor, they are sensitive to chemicals. Now here the dendrite ending of the chemoreceptors are always free exposed to the exterior. Now here you can see the types of chemoreceptor. Now such a chemoreceptors are widely distributed on the body surface but more concentrated on the body parts of insects such as antenna, such as mouth parts. Then again they are present on the legs. So according to the Dethier and Chaudier, here in 1948, the chemoreceptors, they classified the chemoreceptors into three principal categories. Now here the types of such a receptors are the common chemoreceptors, gustatory chemoreceptors, as well as olfactory chemoreceptor. Again here you can see the olfactory chemoreceptors, they again divides into 4 subtypes. Okay, so we can see all the types one by one. So the first type of the chemoreceptor is the common chemoreceptor. Now here such a common chemoreceptors providing common chemical sense on contact with chemical of high concentration. Common, okay. So they provide the common chemical sense on contact with the chemical of high concentration. Okay. Now these are the common chemoreceptors. Now the gustatory chemoreceptors here which providing the sense of, so that is mediated by chemical stimuli acting with the liquid and high concentration. Okay. Now the gustatory means what, they provide the sense of taste that is mediated by the chemical stimuli. Okay. So with liquid at high concentration. Now this is what the gustatory chemoreceptor And the third kind of chemoreceptor is the olfactory chemoreceptor. Now, the olfactory chemoreceptor providing sense of smell. And you know olfactory, that is related to the smell. So, olfactory chemoreceptors providing sense of smell that is mediated by chemical stimuli in a gaseous state at low concentration. So, you have to remember the first two, they are at the high concentration of the chemicals, whereas olfactory, which is at the low concentration but in the gaseous state. Now here you can see the olfactory chemoreceptors, they again subdivides into 4 types, that is Sensilla trichoidea olfactoria. Now this is the first type of olfactory chemoreceptor. Here you can see such a sensory, or you can also focus in this diagram. This is the first type of sensilla, that is Sensilla trichoidea olfactoria. Now such a sensilla are thin walled hairs which have been described from the tarsi and labella of tabanus. Okay, in case of tabanus fly, such a Sensilla trichoidea olfactoria, which is detected from the region, that is from the tarsi and the labellum or the labella region. Okay, so here again in case of the tarsi of Pyrochoris and in case of musca, where it is present in the antenna or in different species of such a flies. Okay, so particularly in case of diphtheran flies, where the first is the example tabanus, where in case of tabanus it is present at the tarsal region or labellar region. In case of again here the Pyrochoris and again the musca, where they are present at the antennal region. Okay, now such a sensillas, they are sensory and provided with the hairs. They are sensory in nature and they are provided with hairs. You can see the structure here. Here you can see the walled cities are there. Again you are familiar with the cap cells also. Here this is the cuticle. Here you can see the terminal dendrites or the strands of terminal dendrites. Envelope cells are there. Then fascicles of dendrite means such a dendrites, they get collectively open or collectively form a common fascicle, that is fascicle of dendrite. Here you can see these are the sensory cells and here you can see this is the nerve. So this is what about the first type of cell of the olfactory chemoreceptor, that is Sensilla trichoidea olfactoria. Now the next type of olfactory chemoreceptor is the Sensilla basiconica and styloconica. Now you can also again focus on this diagram, this second diagram. So here such a basiconica. Such a basiconica are the peg-like or cone-like organs occurring on antenna of many species of insect, where the pulp of Hydrophilus palps. Okay, palps, these are the regions of mouth parts. Yes, you are familiar with this. So the palps of Hydrophilus, then Agriotis larvae, then antenna and palps of Periplaneta. You know, you are familiar with the Periplaneta, you are familiar with the Lepidoptera. So in case of butterflies, in case of moths, in case of cockroaches, where such a type of sensilla or sensillary hairs, they are present at antennal region. Okay, whereas in case of Hydrophilus, it is again present at the antennal region. Now here you can see the Lepidopteran larvae, here the antennae of muscids, then the palps of butterflies, then hypopharynx, epipharynx, and on the surface of labrum of many insects. Okay, so here the organ, the target, the specific organs such as labella, then pharynx, epipharynx, antenna. Again, here you can see the labrum, where such a sensory hairs, such a type of sensillas, they are present. Okay, and here the common examples such as Lepidopteran insect, or the Lepidopteran larvae. Along with that, the Periplaneta, that is cockroaches or hydrophilus insect. Okay, they give sensation to the insect. Now, the third type of the sensilla of the olfactory chemoreceptor is the Sensilla polyconica. So, here you can see in this diagram. So, Sensilla polyconica. Here, the cuticular process is sunk below the general level of integument. So, you can also see in the diagram. Okay, this is the cuticular region and this is the pit or opening of such a process, such a here. This is the cavity. This is the fascicle. Here, envelope cell. Again, vacuole is there. And here you can see the sensory cells and these are the nerves. Okay, so such a polyconica, you can see the cuticular process is sunk below the general level of integument. So, the organ is very deeply sunk and connected to the surface by elongated tube. Now, such a structures they are found on the antenna of various insects, but particularly the insects such as Coleoptera, Lepidoptera and Hymenoptera. Now, they are the sensory cells provided with pits. Here you can see these are the sensory cells provided with the pits, or these are the opening of pits. Okay. Now, the last cell of the olfactory chemoreceptor is the Sensilla placoidea. Now, the Sensilla placoidea, again you can focus on this diagram, Sensilla placoidea. Here, each Sensilla placoidea, which consists of thin cuticular plate, approximately cuticular or elongated oval, beneath which lies a cap cell and envelope cell. Again, you can focus on this diagram. Here you can see these are the outer plate. Here the pores, they are such a plates, they are provided with the pores. Again, here you can see the cap cells, terminal denticles are there, or dendrites are there. These are the vacuoles, and here the envelope cells are there. Here the fascicles are there. Epidermal region is there. Again, you can see the sensory cells are located here. Now, here it is again thin cuticular plate, approximately cuticular or elongated oval, beneath which lies the cap cell and envelope cells. Here, the latter is penetrated by bundles of distal processes from the bipolar neurons. These processes coalesce in a terminal strand, or which end in the terminal strand, which ends in the pore plate. Okay, here you can see the terminal regions, the terminal portion which ends to the plate. So, here the antennae of many insects such as Coleoptera, Apis, such as Hymenoptera, which bears these type of structures or this type of sensilla, that is placoidea. Again, such as Sensilla placoidea are the sensory cells provided with plates. Okay, here characteristic feature is what in between these two. Here the plates they are present, and here in case of you can see Polyconica, the pits they are formed. Okay, the difference is that. So, today we are discussing on the both, that is the part of mechanoreceptor as well as the chemoreceptor, or both these are acting as a sense organs in case of insect. Okay, thank you so much.